We're gonna fix this right now, right here, and we're gonna get an orbital flight. Damn it. Okay, what are we going to do here? How are we going to fix this? How are we going to get an orbit? Well, first things first, we're taking way too much science. We just don't need this much science on a little trip like this. It's not making any sense. So let's just have 2 of everything. This stage here it's not doing much for us, is it? I don't think it is. What should we do about that? Now, if we had another car tire on here, okay, maybe we should go back to what we were doing before, which is having a lighter weight, something, propulsion, some means of propulsion once we get up there, and then this way we're using just the Mr. Heater. That's going to be much more efficient than using the church bell. The church bell is not efficient at all. Could I just make you sort of now? Are you just gonna look like that, are you? Is that the thing? That does not look stable in the least. Perfect. Okay, except for... There we go. Let's alternate. Bink, bink, bink. So we're carrying a bit more weight up now because we've got 3 of these instead, and we've got a few more parts. We've got an extra decoupler. Yes, if we're going to do that, we should probably have more in the realm of solid fuel. Solid rockets. Yes, let's have more of these. How? How are we going to have more of these? Let's see. It would be wise, okay, if we're going to add more of these, to have one down here on the bottom that we can throw away when we're done with it, so we're not carrying that weight around, because we're kind of stuck with the weight of these 2. We can't... Ooh. Ooh! Well, wait a second here, Mr. Pawn. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, baby. That's 4 of them running simultaneously, Satan is king. I think, what am I thinking? I'm thinking too much. No, in KSP you have to think. Okay, what if we had 4 of these? Now that's a bloody lot of solid rocket booster there. I don't know, the weight, the ratio of thrust to weight on this rig does not seem like it makes sense to me. That's why I'm sitting here rubbing my head and scratching my... You don't want to know what I'm scratching, but it doesn't make sense to me. If we just go back to this, okay? This. So we've just got 3 of those. 3 of those solid rocket boosters firing, and then that will just get us up to maybe 3 kilometers or so, I'm guessing. And then we'll be able to drop all 3 of them. We were carrying the weight of the 2 empty ones before, so we'll drop all 3 of them, and then we'll just have this nice stacked stage to get us up, you know, hopefully very, very high, and hopefully damn near to orbit, and then we can detach even that once we're in space, and just use this bit with a very, very efficient little Mr. Heater that's wedged in there in a way that looks like everything's going to rip apart, and this isn't going to stay together because I don't have struts, and I didn't get a struts because we don't have a check from Rockomax, and Azazel. But I like it. I kind of like this, and it's a big enough craft, isn't it? It's got a bloody lot of thrust and delta V to it. What do you think? Can we make orbit with this? That's all I want out of bargain rockets at this point. That's all I'm asking you for, bargain rockets, is an orbit. So this is going to be the Rubbish Mark 3.1, and we're not going to use the word definitely anymore. Let's use the words probably, maybe, could do, almost, halves orbit. That's not how you spell halves. Halves isn't even a word, so I'm okay there. I'm alright on misspelling halves because I'm the only person in the world who uses the word. Okay, so Rubbish Mark 3.1, stage the craft pawn. Okay, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna fire all of our SRBs at once, and then we detach, and then we're on to the liquid fuel stage. In fact, we can go ahead and have that happen all at once, and then we drop the rest of that and come down, open our parachute, Bob's your uncle, Fran's your Annie, save, and launch. Alright, back out on the pad, ready to launch in Houston. You'd better be in there this time.
Yeah, I'm here, Pawn.
Really?
Yeah, I'm here, Pawn.
No, don't do it.
I'm just kidding, Pawn. I really am here.
Yeah, you better be in there. You're the only person who got paid this month, bloke. I'm paying you for liftoffs and countdowns, that sort of thing, and it's a fairly cushy job, I should think. So you don't go wandering off and setting up clever ruses in your absence.
I won't do it anymore, Pawn.
Okay, good. Can we have a countdown?
I won't do it anymore, Pawn.
Screw you.
Liftoff in 3, 2, 1, fire!
Alright, we're away again. Ooh, and that is very pretty, very lovely. How's it working though? Let's get the HUD back up here and see what our speed is. 120. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. I like that. I do. Me likesy. Me likesy. Me likesy also having the ship in the frame. That's fun to actually watch what's going on. So let's get our resources down and let's pay very close attention to what's happening. Overheating. We're having massive overheating issues and we got to 2.2 kilometers before the overheating became an issue. Okay, it's destructible staging. That's what it is, people. I planned that. I always had that in mind because, you know, I didn't want to waste speed going up or some other such explanation that makes some sort of sense. Okay, getting ready to drop this solid fuel stage. Holding pretty well at 160 meters per second, which is a good rate. In fact, drop and go to the next stage. Let's just try and maintain this 160, more or less, right around here, so that we're not wasting our liquid fuel. This is looking pretty good, despite the fact that we blew off our SRBs. Entirely intentionally. Entirely, I knew that was coming, planned on it all the way. That was entirely, anyway, 100... Still pushing toward that 9-kilometer mark, and the liquid fuel, we're just sipping it. We're just sipping the liquid fuel, which is exactly what you want to do. Coming up to 9 kilometers, I'm going to try and start banking us down a little early, because it does take quite a lot to push this thing over. Not having any sort of vectoring engines, I'm pretty sure that that barrel that's hard welded to the bottom of whatever the hell that thing is doesn't really vector very well, so pull our prograde down just a bit more than that even. Still pushing up. I'm still going to control our speed a touch. We're about ready. We're about into the section of atmosphere where I am going to go ahead and thrust up and hope for the best and pray. I really don't know, people. I honestly just don't know what I'm doing here. I haven't watched enough Scott Manley, I suppose. Up to 13.2 kilometers. I think we're out of that section of atmosphere. Let's thrust up and see what we can get out of this. Come on, now, see, now, I think I'm wasting fuel here doing this, but it's done. It's done now, so what are you gonna do, Pawn? What are you gonna do, except get away from the frickin' sound of the engines? That's what you're gonna do. Okay, yeah, I just can't be bothered. We were just going way too slow, you know? I don't want to be here all day. I want to have my orbit, damn it. I want to have it soon. Moving toward about a third of our liquid fuel remaining at this point. I should probably start at this point watching our Apple apps. Just go take a look at our Apple apps. It's pushing out very nicely. I'm going to get to 73 kilometers and kill the engines. Did I kill the engines? No, I didn't. Yes, I did. I did. Thank God. That's cool. That must have been an update in one of the recent patches, because it used to be if you didn't have the bubble up in map view, you couldn't do anything with the engines, but I didn't have it up. I hit X and we stopped. So look at all the liquid fuel we've got left for the purpose of circularization, and the Ronin Pawn didn't screw it up this time hideously, horribly, and so we're actually going to be circularizing at a point that makes some bit of sense to someone somewhere. Now, if we do get in orbit, you know what I'm going to do, don't you? I'm going to do what you would probably do in this situation. I'm going to try and set that back down right on the KSP. Wouldn't that be awesome? It's a KSC, rather. The Space Center, the Command Center. That would be awesome. Oh, we're reaching our Apple apps now, Pawn. You'd better start paying attention again. So, dip us down, tilt us down, and Apple apps coming up in how many seconds? 10 seconds. We should fire before then. So let's start. Let's just burn it out, burn flat, right on the horizon. Push on that prograde, please. Now how are we doing? Oh, I think we ran out of fuel in that stage. That's what it looks like, and our Apple apps is coming up on us very quickly, so I've got to drop the empty stage and switch to this stage. Please hold out liquid fuel. Please get us to orbit. We're desperate. We're dying. We really want an orbit here. 2/3 of our fuel is remaining. This is a very small and lightweight craft, and our Apple apps were right on top of it again, so I'm going to bank back down toward and just try and maintain our height. This is the way to get a perfect circularization in the world of Ronin Pawn. The term perfect is you know, it's interpretable. You can interpret it very much. Okay, we're doing it. Oh my God, people, we're gonna have our circularization. We're gonna have our. We've got a circularization. What's our periapse? Our periapse is above is above the atmosphere. We have a circularization, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a perfect one. It looks fairly rubbish, in fact, but it'll do. It'll do. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is what the Ronin Pawn looks like when he is in orbit with his space trash. Yes, space trash in orbit. And I think the science from orbit is still... it's the same as just being in space, so yeah, we've already got all this. Not worth taking it. I haven't really clicked on the probe to see if it can take any science. They don't usually. No, it can't. It can't. Wow, that's great. And how's our electrical resources doing? Turn the SAS off. That's how that's doing. No, it's still dropping for some reason, just because it's running, just because the probe exists in space-time. But that's okay, because I believe the Mr. Heater here will probably generate electricity. No, that wouldn't make any sense at all, Pawn. That means that we've got to pick our landing site and come back down before we run out of electric resources. Let's spin around and get to our drop point. I want to come right back down on the KSC. I know that's kind of silly, we could put down somewhere else and get science readings from like a desert or something like that, but it's just what I want to do. And since I'm the one running the damn program and series, then that's what we're gonna do. Unless Scott from Rockomax calls me up and says, well, we're not going to give you your check unless you do it this way, and then I'll do it however the hell he wants me to. I'm going to start burning on my retrograde now. Let's deorbit. We're almost out of electricity too. Oh, good. SAS back on, please. Okay, yes. Periaps is falling. I want my periaps over here, though. I want it to drop across there, and we're still losing electrical resources, so if I don't get this, periaps dropped before we run out of electricity, then we're going to be screwed. I've also got to bear in mind that we need to open our parachutes before we run out of electricity, so I might just be opening our parachutes while we're still in space, everyone. I'm going to do that. I think that will get us somewhere in the vicinity of the KSC. Here, let's pop our parachutes manually. Deploy chute, and deploy chute. Now that's done because No, I need to drop the stage too. Damn it, I need to drop the stage. I absolutely have to. There's no getting around it before we run out of electricity, because I don't want to have to be dragging that down. That's definitely not going to come with us. So, goodbye, liquid fuel and our ability to thrust and control our speed at all. Goodbye. Okay, we're on our descent now, ladies and gentlemen, heading toward the KSC if God is on our side. Let's hope that he is. And we're out of electrical resources, so basically it's all in the Lord's hands. The Lord is going to guide us down, or, okay, do the other thing, where he just treats us like a bunch of jerks. Right on down, coming over the mountains. Clear the mountains, please, for God's sake, clear the mountains. We have cleared the mountains, we're going to clear the mountains. I'm going to reduce our physics warp, and probably take this down just at 1 times speed, because of the parachutes. I don't want to risk the fact that they're already out on this descent. I don't want to risk losing them to something. It's been a long time since I played KSP, and I just don't know how it all reacts anymore. Oh my god, look, the KSC, it's right over there. We're a little bit off the mark from the, you know, on the north and south end, but you know, we did good. Hopefully, if we could just set down on a nice space, then we don't even have to recover the vessel in the proper way. We can just drive a little rover out here, pick it up, drive it back. We bring the pickup truck around, send the Kerbals out in the pickup truck. What's the speed? 300 meters per second with the parachutes out. I wonder if there's any science to be gleaned here that we haven't had. Can I do that? Why can't I do that? Because you don't have any electricity. Bloody hell. That's fine. I'm not a science chaser. I'm a jokes chaser if I can come up with any, and I haven't done so well in this episode in terms of jokes. I'm sorry. And doesn't it just look pretty? Doesn't it just look pretty? In it, look. Can you believe that we can make that sort of art out of trash bags, bungee cables, patio grills? Parachutes are open. Oh, and apparently our other piece just destroyed itself somewhere. Let's hope that we're not going to follow in its footsteps. We do have the lightest craft that we've had so far, and we're traveling at 9 meters per second. That should be well enough to keep all of this alive. Come on, baby. Come on, survive. You're at 8.8 meters per second. 8.8 meters per second. Can you do that? Can you do that, little barbecue grill? Come on, hold! Yes, we have a vessel to recover. We do have a vessel to recover. Let's recover it and find out what sort of science you get from orbiting the planet. Thank you, everyone. We finally did it. We orbited in bargain rockets. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've collected 10 science from a vessel that orbited Kerbal, and that gives us 22 science, which means we could go into the VAB, we could go into the R&D center, rather, and pick ourselves up some new equipment. Maybe we'll do just that in the next episode of New Pawnington. Thanks for coming along. We orbited, baby! We orbited! I am Ronin Pawn. I'll see you next time. Pawn!